As we gain more rights, as we start to see rights develop, we're reimagining what equality is going to be. And home always plays a central role in that imagination in terms of security, safety, economic investment, places where we can build on our dreams. It's important for us to understand the historic stories, but we only understand them if we understand how they're connected to us today. And so as I tell these stories about the McLeans and the Hales, the Elliots in Little River County, Arkansas in the 1800s, I also understand that it is part of my story, that what happened to them in Arkansas shaped how I see home, and whether or not it's a secure place or whether it's something that is always going to be elusive, something that we're always going to be chasing. As I tell the story of my great-grandmother's transition from being the property of a slave owner to owning property, I imagined her pregnant, being sold away from her husband, from her family, from this home that she had known, and then moving into another slave home as a young mother. He was her first child. And I imagined what she had to go through, the strength that she had to have to be able then to go on with her life and then live as a free person, even in the shadow of the plantation that she had been enslaved in. It is clear that the path has led us from the slave home to the destruction, really, of entire neighborhoods, eliminating all the economic capital in neighborhoods as well as the social capital that people had developed. It's a combination of a lot of factors that came together. It's race, it's gender, it's class, these toxic lending instruments that were being peddled were really being peddled in distressed communities. But that was just the testing ground. Because outside of those communities, then we were targeting all women for subprime loans. We also have to think about who was buying homes. What was the growing market of home buyers prior to the subprime lending debacle? The growing market was single women. 1 in every 5 homes were being bought by women on their own without spouses. Single women had been sort of 1 in every 15 buyers, maybe 10, 20 years before. Now there were 1 in 5 buyers. Single women were targeted also for subprime loans, and many of them, some estimates as much as 40 to 50%, qualified for conventional loans. And until we understand and really attack and confront the historic bias and the historic racial and gender discrimination that exist, we will not ever really protect ourselves against the kind of catastrophe that we have had in the last few years in the housing market.